at chow. God damn, she looks good.
Turn up, turn up.
Yo, we're back. And this time it hasn't been a matter of months since I posted the last video. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the lip off the car and we're gonna prepare it for paint. It'll be in the same video, but I won't be painting it today because the weather's not too great and I think it's raining a little bit outside. Okie dokie, the first order of business is to scuff the lip back a bit. Alright. And for that, what we're going to use is some 360 grit sandpaper, and I chopped up a little block of wood to wrap the sandpaper around because I think that'll make it easier to do the sanding, and I can again use it for the other stages involved in this process. The lip's now been scuffed back with some 360 grit sandpaper. I gave it a quick wash to get rid of all the sediment and the dust remaining from the scuffing. And what's next is a quick rub down with some rubbing alcohol to get rid of any remaining particles of dirt and dust and ensure that the lip's completely dry. That way it'll be ready for the adhesion promoter, which is what we're going to use next.
Turn up, turn up.
The third and final coat of adhesion promoter is now on the lip, and we've got to get the primer on within 10 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes since I got that last coat on, so I'm going to hit it with the primer now. And we're going to build 2 or 3 coats and leave maybe like 20 minutes in between each coat for it to dry. The first coat is on. Really light dusting because I've learned from my experiences in the past using spray cans. If you go any heavier than that, you're likely to get runs. So the first coat was a really safe, really light dusting. I go a little bit heavier on the second, and then the third and final one will be far beefier than this one was. Now we wait. This is just an insight into the life of a Honda owner. Or 2 Honda owners, just a vanilla chai, not even spiced, and a mocha. So this is Mukesh. We met at uni, and he also drives a Honda. So we decided to be quite posy today and take some photos. I have so much bird poo on my car though, because I parked it outside while doing the lip, and just definitely not photo worthy. Anyway, tell us a bit about what you drive and what you've done to it.
Well, this is my Honda Accord Euro CL9. Had it for 2 years now. Pretty much burned stock for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
But now I've lowered it on coilovers, got new rims, got the weather shields on, and next is exhaust.
Next is exhaust. It's crazy how much difference a set of wheels and a drop can do to your car, hey?
Definitely.
Makes all the difference. We've got the most important modification around this side of the car. How much extra horsepower are we talking?
50 to 100.
50 to 100, so it's a pretty reasonable increase, I reckon, for the price you paid. How much did you pay? It was like free, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was free.
Yeah, it was free. Fuck. That guy sounds like a good bloke if he's handing those out for free. If you want one, shoot us a message on Facebook, and I'll definitely organize one for you. Unfortunately, this is as warm as the weather's gonna get over the next few days, and I don't want to leave the lip sitting primed for too long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and scuff it up with some 400 grit sandpaper and then hit it with the base coats because I don't want to wait too long. Now what I'm gonna do is wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol to make sure all the excess primer that I just scuffed up is going to be removed. What I'm going to do is hit this with a bit of heat from Mum's old hairdryer, and what that should do is loosen up the paint and help it spray a little easier. I don't know if you guys remember Jaden, the man of many projects. I don't think have we even introduced your latest 2 projects?
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. Remember when we said you were going to stick to the BMW?
Remember when we said I was going to stick to the S13? Remember when we said
Skyline.
the Skyline. What else?
The BMW, the Chris, the 31.
The Chris now.
And this is his latest project. His mum's RAV4.
as evident by the red P plate.
He's actually downgraded to red P plates. So that's just the thing that happens when you go from a Skyline to a RAV4.
It's still JDM.
Still JDM, that's true. Alright, back on track now. We've laid down the 4th and final base coat, and what we're going to do is hit it with a few coats of clear before it gets too cold to dry. It's a really rushed job, I know. I would have liked to do it a bit better, but my rationale is it's a lip, it's going to get fucked up within a week anyway, it's going to be chipped, it's going to be rashed, so I guess the less time I invest into this, the less I'm wasting. Is that a Subaru? First coat done. Not really, but this, I've decided it's this particular clear coat that gets all that orange peel on the final product, which is why I've always had to sand it back and buff it out. So I think the next time I ever do a painting project, I'm going to avoid this. So this is what the lip looks like, fully painted and clear coated. I think it turned out great. There's just a bit of orange peel, which we'll try and rectify with some wet sanding and a polish. But other than that, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Alright, she's been wet sanded back with some 1500 grit sandpaper. And now the aim is to polish it and get that brilliant metallic shine back. Full disclosure, I fucked up. I fucked up bad. So basically what I went to do was wet stand the lip back with some 1200 grit and then polish it out to make it look incredible, but it came out looking terrible because it cracked in like 10 different places, and that should have been apparent from the start because it's polyurethane, it's flexible, and it can't really be polished that well without the proper equipment. Yeah, so I basically had to strip back the entire thing, scuff it all over again, and repeat the entire process basically. But I'm just kind of over it at this point, and I didn't have too much paint left. Whatever you guys saw, it's like this former shadow of that. It's this empty shell, rushed, half-assed, so it doesn't look anywhere near as good as it did look yesterday. So pretty devastating, but it'll still look better than a black polyurethane lip, so that's all that matters really. Ciao! Goddamn! You know, despite the fact that I completely screwed that up and had to redo it in such a half-assed, rushed manner, it still came out alright, and I guess that's all that matters. At the end of the day, I work on my car not because I think I'm qualified to do so, but because I want to learn from it, and because I take so much joy and pleasure out of doing something myself and then having it reflected on something I can drive around and be proud of. And so yeah, it's all part of the experience, it's all part of the fun. You know, it sucks during the moment, but when you jump over that hurdle and get to the other end, it's all worth it. And thankfully this was on such an inexpensive, you know, insignificant part of the car, and it wasn't something overtly important. Yeah, so all in all, I think the polyurethane lip is a fantastic addition to any car. It makes it look really good. It's cheap, and when it's painted to color code, I think it looks incredible. It really looks like it was meant to be there from the factory. I think the car looks freaking amazing. I'm so happy with the tire lettering, the calipers, the new wheels, and the lip. It just, gosh, I've fallen in love with it all over again. It takes a lot to say that, that you've fallen in love with your Honda, but I really have. Awesome, thanks for watching guys. Thanks for going on this tumultuous journey with me. It means a lot.
I appreciate each and every single one of you who've subscribed. If you'd like a sticker, comment below or contact me on Facebook through the Gutter Ash page and I will send one your way. In the meantime, have a good one and I will catch you later.